The Red Dirt D&D podcast is brought to you by Pro Laser Cuts. The Oklahoma company provides pre-made and customizable design laser cut dice towers, tokens, and more, developed by a gamer for gamers, and now available to enhance your tabletop game. Pro Laser Cuts products can be found at many Oklahoma City area game stores, local events, and now available online at prolasercuts.com. That's laser and cuts with a Z, Pro Laser Cuts. And by SD Way Gaming, where dice goblins unite. Our friends at SD Way Gaming celebrate the beautiful dice players handpick for their games and splendor. SD Way Gaming has expanded to include many tabletop gaming varieties, accessories, and similar fun necessities to include a service for your dice addiction. You can shop for a variety of products at sdwaygaming.com or find SD Way Gaming on Facebook.
Welcome to Red Dirt D&D. I'm Michael Cross, and I play Blackjack, a jackalope folk warlock.
I'm Kim Cross, and I play Beatrix, a Tabaxi rogue.
I'm Johnny Payne, and I play Twitch, a rat folk necromancer.
I'm Brooke Bullock, and I play Zionci, a spiderkin cleric.
I'm Gary Hester, and I play Billy, a Folsom fighter.
And I'm Connor Shenold, your DM. Join us now for Tales from the Wilds. After talking to some of the guests for a bit, a soft commotion at the entrance of the ballroom grabs your attention. The red curtains part and you see a dark-skinned elf enter in. She's dressed in a shimmering silver ball gown and a gray mouse mask. It seems Rondura Green has finally joined the party. Zionci and Blackjack. There's still a few other guests that you can talk to. There is the man in the bronze mask, as well as Rondura Green, who has just now joined in the party, or if you guys would like to approach some of the other party members.
Can we meet back up with everybody?
Yeah, because we've actually already spoken with Rondura and the man in the bronze mask, who we recognize as Lewin.
Mm-hmm.
Whilst the other three are talking to the dwarf, I want to make our way over to them.
Okay. Yeah. So you guys, Blackjack and Zionci, you reach the general at the very end of the tale where he mentions his victory over the dragon.
Sorry, I couldn't help but overhear. Did you say you were fighting a dragon?
You are correct.
What color dragon was it?
Blue.
Oh,
Blue dragon.
A blue dragon.
You know, we also fought a blue dragon.
I told them.
I have a scale from it.
I said that I fought them because I can fly,
So you're all soldiers?
From a certain point of view.
soldiers of survival.
I have been.
Beatrix has been many things.
Yes.
In many places.
So how long ago was your dragon fight?
A long time ago. Can't quite pinpoint how long, but it's been quite a while.
The general here is good friends with Ulysses, who we all know is the dad of the child Oribus.
Ulysses, the one for who this whole event is for.
Like, and we're making meaningful eye contact.
Yes and no to Black.
Right. So that's why we're here for the party for Ulysses.
Yeah. Have you seen what Ulysses is wearing yet?
I haven't seen him today. Maybe I saw him yesterday.
You saw him yesterday.
Yesterday.
Oh, what was he doing?
I don't know. I was more focused on the music.
Right.
The same harp?
No, different harp. He seems so happy, and I wasn't really having it. You know.
The general here has trauma.
Mm-hmm.
Do you say that out loud?
Yeah.
And he was Billy.
He goes, trauma. If you say so.
We didn't catch your name.
General Colane.
General Colane, what is it you do for the Duke?
Well, I served with him back whenever we, still had the wars and stuff going on.
Right. Well, have you seen anything suspicious tonight?
That's a very good question.
General, can you help me remember? I keep forgetting the name of the lady guest of honor with the Duke.
Ooh, I don't know about a lady with the Duke.
Lady J?
Never heard of her.
Oh, look at Blackjack. Never heard of her.
Right. General, if you hear of anything, we are looking for possibly some pixies or possibly some golden dragonborn or golden kobolds.
What?
Oh, yeah, we'll tell you in a minute.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All this talk,
Right.
I'm just trying to relax over here, guys.
You seem tired. Well, we will let you out and go. Just relax, General, and if you hear of anything, just let us know.
All right.
All right.
I'll let
okay.
you know, youngins.
Slowly start walking. I think I
let's-
saw the hors d'oeuvres over here.
Yeah,
and start
let's-
walking.
Oh, snacks!
I didn't really see any hors d'oeuvres. I'm excusing us.
Speaking of puffs, do you have any snacks?
I do. I grabbed some pixie puffs and some dragon scales.
Billy, you also do see that there is a full table full of those hors d'oeuvres on the catering tables.
Are there a bunch of people over there?
Only Lewin.
Come on, let's go! There's snacks!
All right, wait, just a minute.
But there's
so-
nobody over
tell us
there
what you
over
found out.
here.
Yeah. Do you see the lady over there in the gold mask? And
All four of Xeonce's eyes kind of do that shift thing.
Twitch just very obviously turns openly towards her.
Yes, that is a very
That's-
pretty mask.
that's Mallory Margot, who is an apprentice of Rook, the detective. And
Ah,
evidently, be on the lookout for thieves.
does she know about
not-
you guys?
Yeah, not us.
And no, she doesn't know about that.
That's right. In fact, we were very resourceful, and I think she actually thinks we're on the up and up. There's a group called the Scarlet Thorns, which are evidently, what were they, Blackjack?
Scarlet Thorns were the pixies.
The Pixies. And then Golden Vipers,
Right.
which were some golden dragonborn and maybe some kobolds, and they are into some murder and mayhem. That's bad news.
We didn't find out that stuff, but we did find out that the Duke's best friend is probably in love with him.
Very unhappy about the arrangement.
Oh.
Lady J.
And then we found out the general is. So,
Right, and I came in on that one. And why does he think that Ouroboros is still in charge? Do you think that it's...
here's my theory.
Stuck in time.
As a soldier, I think he saw something really bad, probably the death of Ulysses. His brain has regressed and said that it never happened.
Yeah,
So
by a
he's
blue
like-
dragon. Do you think that maybe that blue dragon had anything to do with Blue Dragon?
I don't know how many dragons exist in the Feywild, so I don't know how the odds.
They were very rare, is what we remember. That
They're
they
rare.
don't... Yeah, especially the blue dragon.
So yeah, they're probably
It could
related.
be the same lineage, yes.
He seemed more focused on the music from the harp.
He
than
did seem
anything else. He
weirdly
had a-
obsessed with it and would not explain.
It's very pleasant, I can understand. And maybe, when a person suffers traumatic injury in traumatic situations, sometimes the music, very calming.
I honestly wondered if he might be having some sort of a connection
Right.
with the music coming from that harp.
If the music stopped, would his
Would he come back
mind
to
catch up?
Exactly.
And that could be a very
Magic.
dangerous thing. I don't know if I want to be in the room if that happens.
Now,
Like waking a sleepwalker.
right. I think for right now, why don't we get some food? I lift Billy up so that you can get the food off the table, because you probably can't reach the top.
I imagine there's some kind of stairs.
There's-
steps too.
There would be, because they have guests from all
Size
different-
inclusive tables.
Exactly.
Very much so.
And anything you still can't reach, I'll get for you.
So you all head over to the catering tables. Lewin, in his bronze labyrinth mask, standing next to where the food is, and you see he's just got a drink of the Phase Delight, and he's kind of swirling it around in his cup, and he turns his head when you guys approach and says, "Oh, well, it's so lovely to see you all again."
Lewin, how are you doing?
"Oh, I'm good. Glad to be here at the party. Did you guys make it up here okay?"
Oh, without a problem. Did you come up on the butterfly thing?
"Yes, the lift. Aptly named, of course."
It's very impressive how they use the butterflies and the music and the swirling.
Yes, it's always an ingenious invention that Lord Sios implemented.
Let me ask you something. Lewin, is that the only way to get to and from the island? Or are there other ways to get there? Is that the most extravagant one for guests? Rather, but there might be a shorter one just for everyday use.
Probably.
Oh, but you don't know.
I don't know.
All right.
I'm sorry.
But no, it's not your fault. Sometimes you know things and sometimes you don't.
How did the weather treat you on the way in? I think it's about to rain. And you guys look up at the sky through the skyline, and you do see pretty dark clouds hanging above that weren't there before.
Oh no, I think we're gonna get stuck here. I don't think butterflies can fly when it's raining.
Right.
At least those beautiful window paints will keep the rain off of us.
Oh, yes, of course. You'll be safe in the manor.
Lewin, do you know anything about this music that's playing, this magical harp? Is that created by Seos as well?
Kind of by extension, I believe Orobos set that up. He loves his music. I imagine when he gets here, more will join the fray.
Oh, when is Orobos expected?
Oh, he's expected at 7 o'clock. It should be relatively soonish. You kind of see him peering over your shoulder, and across the way you do see that there is a grandfather clock displaying the time. It's probably about 6:20, 6:25, somewhere about there.
Right.
Oh, excellent. Enough time for Billy to stuff his face.
I believe the Duke decided it'd be best to be fashionably late, you know?
Certainly. And what can you tell us about this Seos? Does he manifest very often? Do you talk to him? Does he send you messages?
Oh, yes.
How do you get those messages?
I go out and I pray to him, and he talks to me, and we just have a relationship together, you know?
Right. Mm-hmm. But he's fairly new.
To the Feywilds, yes.
Right.
He is fairly new, been here about 20-some-odd years.
And where did Seos come from?
I believe he came from the material plane, but I'm not entirely certain of that. He's a bit of a wanderer.
Does he have like a particular code, or sometimes luck only comes to people who live a certain way or anything? Like the right reasons and stuff.
Yes, he is a bit more of a neutral god. However, he does like to shed his luck, but he does prefer to have it more used for good purposes rather than evil. But that's kind of a slippery slope. Everybody knows the world isn't pure black or pure white. There are many shades in between. And so each relationship Seos has with his worshippers is very individualized.
But it seems that many of his followers tend to have very good luck, which is one reason why apparently a gambling night down in the city is his followers are frowned upon in attending.
Yes, for the gambling purposes, not in general. Just it's a bit unfair if a worshipper of Seos comes in and attempts to use their luck. That's why they're barred from the gambling in the Great Night Inn, but there's another inn that they go to. I believe it's called the Strike of Lightning or something.
I don't mean to be presumptuous or anything, but are you here because you're going to be officiant at the ceremonies?
I might be, but I don't know where they're at in talks about the full wedding now. I think they want to get past this engagement party and figure out what would be the best day to do it, weather depending. But I most likely will, and I would certainly be happy to officiate the wedding if they'll let me.
Have you met the bride-to-be?
Sure, I have. I don't remember too much about her. She seemed nice, seemed sweet. I believe I told you in the temple. Rather tall, human, brownish auburn hair.
Mm-hmm.
How are the eyebrows?
Perhaps a little bushy, yeah.
That's what I thought, yeah.
Let me ask you this, and Billy kind of looks over his shoulder back towards the general. What do you know about General Cuckoo Puffs here?
He follows your pointed finger over. Oh, the general. His is a tragic story. I wasn't in the city when his stuff happened. It was a couple of centuries ago, but from what I've heard, he was captured by a blue dragon. And somehow, some way, was fighting on that blue dragon's side for a while.
Oh.
Beatrix, didn't you say that the general said he and Ulysses won the dragon fight?
He wasn't sure exactly what happened, but when he awakened, it seemed that they had won. Is that what we heard? I think.
Yeah, he did not see the body, though, so the dragon, I guess, could still exist, I think. But I wonder if this was... Hey, Blackjack, remember when our good goblin friends, they were in space, and they were like, we serve these space people? What if it was like that, but it scrambled his brains?
Oh, yes, and actually Mama Moth also
Yeah.
seemed to be under the control of something.
That one was even more specific, because that one was more dragon-related than my example.
And actually dragon-related, not only that, but actually here in the Feywild by a blue dragon. Did you catch the name of that blue dragon that the general had to?
Unfortunately, I did not.
All right.
And how long ago was that?
Well, I know he was supposedly in her grasp for maybe 2 or 3 centuries. I could be wrong about that timeline, but I know he was in her, I assume, captivity for a while. Then Oribos made the pilgrimage to bring him back, and he's here now.
So he was rescued by Oribos?
I bet he thinks that Oribos is Ulysses, and he thinks he was rescued by Ulysses. Because, sometimes sons look like their fathers. Like me, I look just like my father, and you have not met him. He's just a regular possum, but we look exactly the same.
But Ulysses died fighting that blue dragon, right?
There was some type of accident. I don't think it had anything to do with the dragon.
He died in an accident, but
It was after the
Long
dragon
after.
attack.
Yes.
Was it after or before General Boy was saved?
Before.
Yes,
Yeah.
because Oribos only saved him recently, and Ulysses died 200 years ago.
okay.
So the timeline that I'm getting is that there was a dragon fight. Ulysses got away or survived somehow.
The general was
the general was
captured.
captured and worked under the blue dragon for a very, very long time. Sometime after that, Ulysses died, but then sometime after that, Oribos managed to save Colaine from
The blue
The
dragon.
general, yes. From the
Yeah.
But we don't know if that blue dragon was the same blue dragon that we fought and killed.
Well, our
That
blue
was
dragon was a
very
baby.
young.
Ours was young.
Yeah, ours was young.
This one could be that dragon's son or that dragon's child,
Grandson,
or
In which case, they did not kill the dragon.
the dragon had a baby.
Yeah, the adult dragon.
Could still be alive.
I mean, if the one that we fought was its offspring and was only about 25 years old, and this other thing happened 200 years ago.
Oh my gosh, Twitch. The other thing from Mallory, there are the Scarlet Thorns and there are the Golden Vipers, but there's also this thing called the Showrunner.
That's a very menacing title.
Yeah. She said that they rip your soul away.
So they're wisps,
That's what I thought too. But
Very
then she
much
said
like the
no.
Will-O-Wisps, right?
Yeah.
but they're organized.
I couldn't tell if it was the Showrunner or Showrunner.
I think it was just the showrunner.
Just one.
showrunner.
One showrunner.
But then we also have, again, the Scarlet Thorn, the gang of pixies who are stealing things, the Golden Vipers, who are dragonborn or kobolds making trouble in the area.
Yes.
Goodness, that's a lot.
Right.
Billy pats his pockets to make sure he hasn't been pickpocketed.
You have everything.
Okay.
Butterflies are controlled by music. General seems to be obsessed with the music. There's a lot of musical stuff happening, and when we were up there, I know you can taste things in the air.
Yeah.
Did it seem like rain was moving in when we were on our way up and over?
It did not.
Also, General Colleen says that when he was like fighting the dragon, and it was sunny, and then it was raining, and so maybe a dragon approaches.
And you said you may officiate the wedding if they ever decide on a date based on weather. Has there been weird weather lately? Is the weather important?
Well, it's getting further into fall and then into winter, so...
Let me ask you this. I don't know about the Feywild. Help me out if I'm wrong. But where I am from, when it is winter, the sun is out less and less, so that it's just like a little bit in the middle of the day. And your god is sun-centric. Does he maybe, like, get more powerful in the summer and, like, less powerful in the winter?
Yes, but not to that significant of an effect. But
Good to know.
Blackjack, is it uncommon for a storm?
It's actually not that unusual in the Feywild for storms to just kind of pop up.
while it does seem a little bit unusual that they rolled in kind of fast, there doesn't seem to be anything particularly magical about them.
Those may just be clouds, but still, I feel like that we are standing in the middle of a plot. Like something's about to go down.
Yes.
Is
Yeah.
there
Right
is
here,
that
right now.
feeling sometimes when you get that feeling that something is coming, especially I mean, at this point being level 9th adventurers, do we feel like there's something coming?
Roll me some insights.
Yeah.
17.
I got the 20 dirty.
17 also.
9.
So everybody except for Twitch, you do get that feeling in your stomach that nothing bad is happening right now, but you kind of feel that later in the night something might happen.
Billy starts putting Pixie Puffs in his bag in case things pop off and he can't get more snacks.
However, Lewin looks over at Beatrix and kind of tilts his head a little. I'm sensing a bit of unease between you, so I would like you to take this. And he sets his drink down that you haven't seen him actually take a sip out of onto the table next to him. And he reaches out and grabs Beatrix's hand and places something inside of it. And in your hand are 2 6-sided die. Lewin reaches out and clasps your shoulder. You feel a rush of energy go through you as the rest of you see a golden rush of light pour into Beatrix. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to go find the latrine, he says, releasing his hold on Beatrix's shoulder and quickly excuses himself from your group. Beatrix, you get this rush of, you just feel incredibly lucky. And for the next 8 hours, you may re-roll any die once per hour. You have been granted Sios's luck.
Yes.
As the party guests continue to await the arrival of the Duke, soft spatters of rain hit against the window panes above. Before long, the sky fully opens up into a downpour. Inside the comfort and safety of the manor, those inside are none the wiser for what the night has in store for them.
Greetings and salutations, my friends. I'm Michael Cross. So great to have a moment to talk with you during this mid-show break. First off, I want to invite you all to join us as Patreon members. The money we raise helps us pay for things like the music and sound effects you hear on the show, as well as money to go to events and make new fans. When you become a Patreon member, you get our episodes 4 days early, bonus content, access to our Discord server, and full versions of our roundtable discussions. You'll be joining other fans like Scott Wise, Don Mills, Heath Mormon, and the Lady Kate. So join us right now at patreon.com/RedDirtDnD. Another way to support us is by getting your very own Red Dirt merchandise. You can find things like hats, hoodies, mugs, and t-shirts. Just click on the merch tab at RedDirtDnD.com or RedDirtRPG.com. Since 2020, the Red Dirt D&D podcast has been close to another Oklahoma actual play Dungeons & Dragons podcast, D20 to Curtain. And me personally, I've had a chance to work on stage with some of the actors on the show. So when you get done with this episode, you should check them out.
Hello, fellow D&Ders. My name is Jerome.
I'm Jennifer. I'm Jody.
And together with our friends Kara, Timothy, and Jared, we are the cast of the D20 to Curtain podcast, where Oklahoma theater geeks and their friends hit record and explore our new addiction to Dungeons & Dragons.
We think D&D is more than just a game. It helps us tap into the enduring power of storytelling.
We combine live gameplay with behind-the-curtain episodes to share our experiences, insights, habits, discoveries, and passion for D&D with anyone who will listen.
We hope D20 to Curtain will make you laugh, cry, maybe even make your experience at your table even more satisfying. Check us out anywhere you listen to podcasts or visit us at d20tocurtain.com or at D20 to Curtain on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
We look forward to having you. All we ask is that you have fun, be kind, and play the role.
If you're looking for more content, make sure to check out our YouTube page with Mysteries of Beatrix live every Wednesday. Keys from the Golden Vault from the Red Dirt Outlaws dropping every Tuesday at noon, and Plausible Deniability every other Thursday at 7 p.m. So come check it out at youtube.com/@RedDirtRPG or search for Red Dirt RPG on YouTube. And we would love to hear from you. Find us on social media at Red Dirt RPG. You can also get in touch with us through our website at reddirtrpg.com. In the meantime, make sure and subscribe to this podcast and leave a comment on your favorite podcatcher so others can find us. All right, I think that's everything I need to tell you. Right now, let's head back to Red Dirt D&D.
7 chimes from a grandfather clock ring out through the ballroom. At the last chime, the curtains blocking off the foyer part as you see the familiar form of Daisy come through, followed by a floating trumpet. The trumpet rises in the air and sounds off a short tune, after which Daisy calls out to the gathered crowd. Please welcome Duke of Bleakburn and his bride-to-be, Lady J. Daisy steps out of the way, and with a snap of her fingers, the curtains part magically. Stepping through to the sound of applause are 2 figures with their arms linked together. You see a figure of about average height, who seems to be a spring eladrin. You see his skin is a soft green color with green hair. However, he is wearing a dark suit and wearing a crow mask. The woman beside him is a little bit taller, standing about 6'2". She has long auburn hair, which she wears braided back. She wears a dark green dress and wears a tawny coyote mask.
How much does the mask look like Jaska?
Looks quite a bit like Jaska. And you see the happy couple wandering through the crowds, seemingly thanking everybody for being there.
Did the music change?
Yeah, the back wall where the harp was now has a few more instruments that seem to have appeared when you guys were looking towards the entryway. And now a little bit more of a jaunty tune has picked up.
Beatrix wants to turn around, not move from the space, but just turn around to see if she can find the general and see if there's any change of expression on his face, if he's recognizing anything.
Still seems to be focusing more in on that harp. He's kind of moved away a little from the other instruments that have appeared, and he seems a little agitated.
So do we join the receiving line to try to talk to Jaska?
It could definitely be her. Twitch, what do you think?
I have no idea. Part of me wants to just run up there and start ripping masks off.
I don't think you should do that. I think we'd get kicked out as Billy puts another pixie puff in his bag.
I don't know. We can sit here and watch this play out, but I know that now that we have our eyes on her, we need to stick with her until we can get her out of here. Because there's no way she's going to look at us and say, no, this is where I want to be. Something's controlling her. She's here against her will. Even though she might seem like she's not, her will is bending to someone.
Seonsi looks around the ballroom.
There's no one that seems like the black robe figure that we saw in the fringes at all, right?
I don't know how we tell.
Right, yeah, it's so hard.
Duke Orbos, does he remind me at all of the person I saw in the...
Only in the fact that he is also wearing black, but the build kind of doesn't look the same. He appears to be a bit slimmer and a little shorter than the black robe figure.
We love a short king around here. Confidence to, go after a lady of statuesque proportions.
Why don't we go talk to Rondura?
Oh, has she come down for the party?
Yes. Rondura, my name is Blackjack. You remember Zianzi? Zianzi helped you out with finding your...
Oh, yes, it's so lovely to get your names. Again, thank you so much for earlier.
Your dress is wonderful.
Thank you. I'm quite fond of it myself.
Did you get it done at Sewn Together?
Why, yes. Is that where you all got your
We
attire?
did, too.
He's fantastic. I know the name Bandit sounds a little scary, but he's super friendly, and his work is just so lovely.
Let me ask you something. Where would the, looking for the loot?
So if you go out of the foyer, off to your right, there's a small little door. It's pretty easy to miss, but that's where the bathroom is.
I thank you. I think my friends would certainly like to meet Lady J when they get a chance. I've got to go to the lavatory. I'll be right back.
None of you touch the Phase Delight.
I've been drinking a Phase Delight.
You have?
I have.
I need you to make some Constitution
Constitution saving throw?
How many of you drank?
Roll a d4.
I mean, you only got one of them.
We went to the buffet table, though.
Yeah.
And he walked away with 2.
Oh.
Because he took Zianzi's.
Oh, that's right. So he's had 2 of them?
Apparently 3.
Throw me that first Constitution saving throw.
All right, here's the first one. Oh, no. 6.
So yeah, for the entirety of most of this part leading up to this, You've been incredibly wasted.
How do you tell the difference?
Exactly. So it is a very sweet drink that tastes of wild berries and honeysuckle. And unfortunately, with the first one that you failed, the next two just leave you even worse.
Right, I've got to go to I got to go.
Oh, you've hit the phase delight a little too hard, honey. Go find the bathroom. It'll be okay.
I'm going to go to the bathroom. Thank you very much. I promise I hope I look a lot better than I really am.
So apparently not.
That's okay. All right, unless you guys get to it, I'm going to go.
Take all the time you need.
All right.
So Blackjack wanders off to the bathroom.
I'm going to try to cast Find Familiar.
Okay.
Once I'm in there, but I'll be in there for a while, so hopefully
I'll say-
A giant moose comes
I'll
running
say
after
you take whatever time that you need, splash some water on your face, sober up a
Hopefully from
little.
the right bowl.
When I do, it'll be to cast Find Familiar and make Vin into a spider.
Okay.
Ooh.
And the rest of you who are still in the ballroom, what would you like to do?
I think we should get in line and go.
I think we should get in line to go meet the Duke and Lady J.
Okay.
And Beatrix is going to keep an eye on the general because she's very concerned about what's going on with him and is pretty well convinced that we need to get him disconnected from this harp.
Was the general wearing a mask?
Yes.
Like everyone wearing a mask?
Yes.
I'm going to just sort of pull my mask down. Is anyone gasping or...
You get a few strange looks, but you do remember talking to Marquise Lazuli saying that the masks are more the theme rather than a strict, like, you absolutely have to wear it.
I want to have it off in the greeting. I want Lady J to see my face.
There is quite a crowd around Duke Orobos Bleakburn and this Lady J. However, eventually you're able to kind of squeeze your way up front and you hear Orobos, "Thank you everyone for attending my party. I hope you've had a wonderful evening." And you hear Lady J speak. "Yes, everyone, I'm so glad that you're here. It's just so lovely to be here."
Do we recognize that voice?
You recognize that?
Oh, yep.
Lady J and Orobos have their arms linked together. She's got her hand through his arm and leaning up against him.
Are we close enough that we can see her eyes well?
Yes.
And how focused are they?
Pretty focused. A little bit hard to see past the coyote mask, but she's keeping good eye contact with anybody in the crowd. She seems to be actively here. No stuttering of her words, no slurring, anything like that.
I want to start saying her name, Jaska.
She tilts her head to the side and looks over at you, making eye contact with you.
Like a what's going on hand motion.
She looks a little confused. "Oh, well, it's nice to meet you. I know my full name might be Jaska Lynn, but my preferred nickname is Jay, if you don't mind calling me that. I'm not entirely sure where you might have heard my full name before."
Somewhere in passing, I'm sure. Nice to meet you too, Lady J.
"It's nice to meet you as well."
Blink twice if you need help.
She kind of turns her head towards Orobos and... "Do these individuals look a little familiar to you?" she asks him, and he kind of glances over at you, and you get your first full look at him. Again, some type of spring eladrin. However, he greets you with a pleasant smile before fully registering Lady J's question. "Well, they do look a little familiar, but I can't quite pinpoint why. If we've seen them, we haven't seen them for a while, honey." She's like, "Oh, yeah, I guess you're right. There's something about them seems familiar. Can I get your names?"
My name is Billy, and I am Prince of Mud People.
"Well, that's lovely, Billy. No need to cry about it. That's a very wonderful title that you have."
You know, it's just very sad when someone who you think is your best friend doesn't recognize you.
I'm Twitch. Some people call me Blueberry. I've also gone by Tumbleweed from time to time.
Those are interesting nicknames. How'd you come across them? Are you just fond of blueberries?
You know, people I rolled with.
All right. And the two of you?
Zionsi steps forward and extends a hand.
I'm Sionsi. I'm an emissary of Grandmother Spider.
Nice to meet you, Sionsi. And instead of shaking your hand, she actually places her hand in yours in the nobility of you're supposed to bring it up and give it a kiss type fashion rather than a handshake.
Zionsi takes that and then says,
May I give you a blessing from Grandmother Spider?
Of course.
Oh, yes. Grandmother Spider, will you please protect Jaska, Lady J, from evil?
and give her a little kiss as we do a protection from evil and good spell. Which, if they are under any type of charm or possession or frightened, the next time there's a saving throw opportunity, they get advantage on that.
Sionsi, give me an insight check.
14.
Well, she does sound like Jaska and has the moderate appearance of Jaska from what you can see past the mask and the ball gown. She doesn't have the same
Flavor?
Flavor,
scent,
aroma.
flavor. Yeah, she does not have the same.
She doesn't?
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh. Any idea what it does remind me of?
It seems a bit fiery.
So, natural one. Zionsi just stands and goes, "Ah!"
And then just stands there staring at her for an uncomfortably amount of time.
Are you okay, dear?
I'm fine.
I know it's not every day you get around someone as wonderful as the Duke of Bleakburn, and she pats his arm that she has wrapped around hers. But it's okay, we're all just here to party.
Okay, very good. I'm just gonna turn around and I've got to go to the washroom. I'll be right back.
And Sionsi runs off to the bathroom to go find Blackjack.
What has happened? As Sionsi is leaving, does he give Beatrix any clue as to what's happened before she's approaching?
I think with your previous role, no.
No, probably not. It's just the natural one just totally like.
Billy, sobbing, also runs to the bathroom. I need privacy for my terrors.
Okay, so Jaska, not Jaska.
But if you don't
roll
know
an
this,
insight check, I don't know, maybe you can figure that out.
Well,
That's
well,
what
well.
you might be able to.
Okay,
all
all
y'all
right.
just gonna end up in the bathroom.
Oh, I got a heart.
Yay!
Okay, 22.
What exactly are you trying?
I'm trying to figure out it. I thought that we were looking at Jaska, but then Sionsi tried to get a whiff, as it were, and freaked out and ran to the loo. So,
Okay, I'll give you kind of basically what I got him. There is an uncanny likeness to Jaska that this woman possesses. She speaks the same way. She has kind of a similar hairstyle that you would assume Jaska's human version would be. However, there's just like a few things that are a little off that make you come to the realization this is not Jaska.
all right, so it's Beatrix's turn in line.
Yes.
Okay, so I'll just walk on up there and put my hand out the same way that Lady J did. From one noble to another, darling. My congratulations to you.
Why, thank you very much. And she'll grab your hand and place a gentle kiss on the back of it.
And then I'll
Hold-
twist
Yeah,
to
hold her
kiss
hand
hers.
out. I like this one, Orobos. Where did you find this one?
Well, I was wondering the same. Where, Orobos, did you manage to find this delightful creature?
I found her out on a hunting trip, and we really hit it off. One thing led to another, and now we're celebrating our engagement party.
Well, we'll certainly celebrate right along with you. Darling, you're absolutely fabulous, and you remind me so much of someone that I know.
Oh, really? Who might that be?
Well, our dear friend, interestingly enough, Jaska. Isn't it odd that we might make the acquaintance of someone who resembles her to the degree that you do, and that your names are even so similar? Maybe that's why I found you to be so fascinating from the moment I laid eyes on you.
So, you know a Jaska? That's quite interesting. I don't think I've ever met someone else with a similar version to my name. Again, my full name is Jaska Lynn, but please just call me Jay.
It's an interesting choice of mask you have there, Jay. Why did you choose to go with Coyote?
Well, it's because the crest symbol of Bleakburn is a crow, and from where I'm from, there's a lot of connections between coyotes and crows.
Where is that?
I'm from a small village. I don't think you've ever heard of it before.
Oh, you'd be surprised. I've been to many, many lands.
Just a small village,
Near,
Probably about a good month away from here.
as the crow flies.
Yes. But I believe Ouroboros is about to start up the dance. Will you all be joining in the dance?
Oh, I love a dance.
No.
All right.
Twitch. Don't be a party pooper.
You might want to go check on your companions that made a rush to the bathroom. I guess the phase delight is particularly strong. I'll have
How
to...
caring of you, Lady J, who've noticed that they ran to the bathroom and to be concerned about.
Of course, I wouldn't want to see Duke Bleakburn's guest, and thereby extension my guest, in any sort of trouble. I assume the wine is just a bit too strong. I'll have Whitaker take a look when he makes another batch. So, upon the realization that, unfortunately, this is not the Jaska that you're looking for, the rest of you who were still in the ballroom make your way out into the foyer, into the latrine, to meet up with the rest of your party members to have a discussion.
Red Dirt D&D Tales from the Wilds is Connor Shenold as Jaska and our Dungeon Master, Johnny Payne as Twitch, Kiri Hester as Billy, Kim Cross as Beatrix, Brooke Bullock as Zionci, and I'm Michael Cross as Blackjack. The showrunner for Campaign 2 is Aidan Cross. Our theme music was created by the cinemagician P.J. Castillo. Our incidental music comes from Jeffrey McBride. Our sound effects and additional music courtesy of Monument Studios, Sirenscape, Describe.com, and TabletopAudio.com. Dice for the Red Dirt D&D cast provided by SD Way Gaming. You can find us at reddirtdnd.com. If you enjoy the new campaign of Red Dirt D&D, make sure to subscribe, rate us, and leave a comment. Also, tell your friends about Red Dirt D&D. You can also support the show at patreon.com/reddirtdnd at whatever giving level works best for you. Join us next time as we travel farther into the wilds.
I didn't really see any hors d'oeuvres. I'm excusing us.
Twitch. I'm not certain, but I think General Colane is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Oh, I agree.
That's what I said!
He's completely. He's bat in the belfry all the way. He's 2 pips shy of a D20.
Did find out that the Duke's best friend is probably in love with him.
Very unhappy about the arrangement.
Oh.
Lady J.
That'll make Jaska very unhappy when she finds out that she's been part of a triangle.
How bizarre.
I know.
That's a bizarre love triangle, yes.
One that she may not even want to be a part of.
Yes, it's always an ingenious invention that Lord Cios implemented here.
Are they zombie butterflies?
No.
Okay.
Oh, bang goes that fairy.
That's right.
They're just, levitation butterflies.
Right.
Oh, yes, of course. You'll be safe in the manor.
Yes. Oh, dear. Yeah, my meta mind's...
The look just
Weather
Connor
changes.
just like went from like a little bit of smile to just
Yeah, blue dragons, weather changes. Oh no.
The one that we thought was its offspring and was only about 25 years old, and this other thing happened 200 years ago.
I believe Jaska
Then-
made a throwaway joke about that. And then
Was it
put
so
it in the
throwaway?
middle of,
Jaska that was being played by our current DM. Yes.
and then interwove it into the story to make it important.
Okay. Well,
There's so many things.
But there's also this thing called the showrunner.
That's a very menacing title.
Yeah. And they're all into murder, and they like rip your soul out. Remember the...
They're also known as Devourer of Souls.
What?
Destroyer of Ideas.
Huh?
Those who say no. Deniers.
This sounds personal.
It all started with that beholder zombie.
They only exist in one place. Beyond the fourth wall.
TMI.
And wears a tawny coyote mask.
Seems a little heavy-handed.
She knows where Jaska is.
How much does the mask look like Jaska?
Looks quite a bit like Jaska.
Oh my god, they killed Jaska and took her face.
You're next.
Because there's no way she's going to look at us and say, no, this is where I want to be. Just remember, it was just one night ago, we were all sleeping at the same campfire.
A week ago.
8 nights ago, I forgot. We walked in a circle.
It seems like just yesterday.
It seems like.
Yes.
Right.
I think my friends would certainly like to meet Lady J when they get a chance. I've got to go to the lavatory. I'll be right back.
All right.
I tried to tell him to go before we came.
He's going to be on there for 10 minutes.
The pixie puffs have gone right through me.
Do we recognize that voice?
You recognize that?
Yep.
It is her. It is her.
It is.
If we kidnap someone who's been kidnapped, is it kidnapping?
I don't think so.
Unfortunately, this is not the Jaska that you're looking for.
We're sorry, your Jaska's in another Feywild.